Hello students, in this video I will teach you chapter number 6 from English Reader. The name of the chapter is Feast of the Dead. I will read out the summary to you and explain it. Further, after listening to this video, you are going to read the chapter line by line, and in case there is anything you don't understand, you can always ask me. I'll start with reading the summary and explaining the chapter. The chilly winter changed the lifestyle of the people. People didn't want to go outside unless they had urgent work. So, the weather has been described at the start of the story, and it is quiet, cold, and it is the winter season, and nobody wants to go out of their house until there is an urgent piece of work. Dursun Agha's entire capital consisted of two water cans and a pole with a chain dangling from either end. Dursun Agha is a character that has been introduced, and the only thing that he owned was a stick, a pole, and there were two cans on both the sides that hung with the help of chains. Every morning, Dursun Agha set out to a fountain to fetch water and sold it in the street. So every morning, what Dursun Agha used to do, he used to go to the fountain area, he used to fetch water in those two cans, and he used to sell it. He kept going to and fro between the fountain and the houses the whole day. Now, all the houses that were there on that street, he used to visit those houses to sell the water. He used to go to the houses, sell water, come back to the fountain, fill it, again go to another house. So, this was his routine of work every day. From this work, his earnings were so meagre that he barely made both ends meet. Now, from this work, he did not earn good amount of money so that he could earn the bread every day. So his wife Gulnaz also earned some money by washing clothes of her neighbors. So Dursun Agha's wife's name was Gulnaz, and she equally contributed to the hard work so that even she could earn money and they could at least fill up their stomachs. So what she used to do, she used to go to her neighbor's house and wash clothes. Dursun Agha one day slipped while trying to stand up on the hardened ice and hits his head on the stone bowl under tap, which resulted in his death. Now, Dursun Agha one day while he was doing some work, it was very cold, there was ice all around, and he slipped from there and he hit his head. So when he hit it, he had actually died on the spot. In Muslims of Turkey, it is a tradition for neighbors to send food for a few days to the family where death has occurred. So, people living in Turkey, the Muslims especially, it was a tradition over there that in case somebody died in their neighborhood, they used to prepare good meals and they used to send it to the family where death has occurred. So, for 3 or 4 days, Dursun's family got delicious food from his neighbors. So, because Dursun had died, his family got delicious food from his neighbors. When neighbors stopped sending food to Dursun's family, the family started leading a tough life. They had to sleep on empty stomachs and became very weak. Now, for a few days after Dursun's death, for 3 to 4 days they used to get food from the neighbors, but after that when the food had stopped arriving at their home, life was difficult for them because alone Gulnaz did not earn good amount of money from which they could buy food. So there were times where they had to sleep empty stomachs and they all became very weak because there was no food to eat. The younger boy told her mother that he was dying due to extreme hunger. So the younger child of Dursun, he used to tell his mother that he is going to die because of hunger. Gulnaz sent her older son to Bodos, a grocer, to bring some food items on credit. The older boy went to the grocer and ordered a pound of rice, flour, and potatoes. Now, Gulnaz had asked her older son to go to Bodos. Bodos is another character introduced, and he is the man at the grocery store. Gulnaz has told her son to go there and bring some food items and tell him that they will pay later. So the older boy went there and he had ordered a pound of rice, flour, and potatoes. But the grocer refused to give these items on credit and the boy had to return empty handed. So the grocer had told that he is going to give the food items only if he pays right away. If he does not pay, he is not going to give it to them. While coming back to his house in chilly winter, the older boy caught cold. So, while the boy was coming back to his house from the grocery store, it was actually very cold and he fell sick. He had cold. His mother put a blanket and the clothes that she found in her house on his trembling body. Now, because it was very cold, he was actually shivering. So, his mother had put a blanket and all the clothes that were there in the house on him so that he felt warm. About after 2 hours, the boy's cold came to an end, but then he caught a high fever. So, after 2 hours, the cold had gone away, but the boy had high fever. Gulnaz tried to cool his burning body with her cold hands, but his fever did not come down. So Gulnaz had tried that she would put her cold hands on his head so that the fever comes down, but it did not happen. So at last, the younger one, the younger child, he had asked his mother, "Will my brother die?" And the mother questioned, "Why is he asking that?" She asked her younger child, "Why are you asking that?" And the only thing the younger one said was that if he dies, they will get food from the people, from the neighbors, and they're going to be very delicious. They will not be starving. So here the chapter comes to an end. Briefly, I have explained the chapter to you. Please read the chapter line by line. It is a very easy chapter and actually a very nice story. If there is anything you don't understand, you can ask me. Thank you so much for your patience, all of you. That's it for the video.